Logos are incredibly powerful. They can elicit a variety of responses, from inspiration to a fond memory, convey status, be a catalyst for change, or even bring on a food craving. My name is Catherine Harper, and I created Loji to bring interactive logos to mobile messaging as a smarter way to search and share information. Now, we already know that people prefer images to words because 6 billion messages a day contain emojis. But what can you actually do with logos on mobile, and particularly on messaging? The answer is not much, and Loji is here to change that. Now, you already know that finding and sharing information while texting is challenging. You leave your message to open a Google search, send a link, drop a pin, and you visit countless apps where you again have to search for the information you want. It's 2017. We should not accept this fragmented process as the status quo. Now, with Loji, you have instant access to information inside of your messaging. Using deep linking, the Loji platform seamlessly provides aggregated data across a suite of services. And it's all packaged inside of those logos you know and love. Let's switch to the demo, and I'll show you how it works. On iOS 10, all you have to do is tap the A next to your message box, and your custom set of logos appears. You can then expand the keyboard and visually browse. Or you can use the scrolling icon bar at the top. Our algorithm makes sure that all of your favorites are front and center. Let's check out Whole Foods. With one tap on the logo, look at that. All of the most useful and actionable information in one place. I can select from nearby locations where the star ratings, reviews, distance, and contact information update immediately as I toggle back and forth. I can also access things like chatbots, social media, delivery services, and if this was a restaurant, things like Reserve or Open Table. And it's all aggregated and accessible from inside of iMessage. With one tap, I send it off. I've just coordinated grocery shopping with my friend, and I've sent her the place, the store location, and all of the pertinent brand information without typing a word. Loji isn't just about places and things, it's about people too, which means I can use it to make introductions and network. I scroll over to my Facebook and Instagram connections, tap my friend's profile picture, and look at that, all of her social media in one place. I can again access her accounts from inside of iMessage, and with one tap, send all of her profiles to a friend. One of the coolest things about Loji is that it's community sourced, which means that anyone can get involved and add logos. I'm so excited to be here at TechCrunch, so why don't we try adding that one? I type in the name TechCrunch, I choose the category, I decide on the country, because guess what? We are accessible worldwide. Choose the city, and then I can verify the information in Google. This creates the basics of a logo profile. I can then pull the logo from either Facebook or Instagram, and it will dynamically update. And then just fill out the rest of the profile as I see fit. Now, regardless of who adds a logo, in this case, TechCrunch can log back in using their Facebook or Instagram credentials to edit it on demand. And guess what? If you're running to catch a train and you don't have time to add a logo and don't see it in our library, we've got you covered there too. Via our integration with Google, you can create an instant logo profile on the go. Can we switch back to the presentation, please? Now, it is incredible to think that by next year, mobile advertising spend is going to reach $118 billion. Yet somehow, brands are still having trouble providing consumers with what they actually want, useful information. We see them using their websites, a lot of social media, and some have even taken the time to create an app. But the idea of people and brands connecting inside of text messaging in a helpful way is totally uncharted territory. Take a second and think about what we're doing. On our platform, any brand, big or small, can create a holistic customer experience that extends into messaging, and it only takes seconds to set up. We let a brand use their most curated asset, their logo, to sponsor it for premium placement, do branded content and customizations, app-to-app integrations, and view their logo's data analytics. This is an entirely new mobile marketing platform. We are working with top-tier brands. And there's one today here at TechCrunch, Red Bull. We are proud to partner with them to help them customize their logo profile. Now, if you think back, images were at the origins of our communication, right? And now they are at the forefront of something new. I'm so excited to announce that you can download Loji in the iMessage store and get involved and add the logos of the places that you frequent and the things that you love. Thank you very much.
All right, judges.
So take me through on the marketer side. What budget is this coming out of, and then how are they actually tying it to ROI?
Yeah, so we think that not only does it have, from a corporate sponsorship perspective of having logo view, but logo views, meaning just like how you see a logo at a sporting event. So not only can you just view their logo, but it's also providing that useful information, right? So it would probably come out of a promotional bucket as well. But it actually, on those two sides of advertising, it could come out of either.
And then, so brand or sponsorship probably.
Correct.
And then as they evaluate the dollars they're spending, how do you anticipate they're going to evaluate it?
So the brands that we've talked to are excited because unlike a traditional ad that you might see in social media that isn't directly targeted to that user, when a consumer clicks on a Loji, they already have intent to interact with that brand, right? So the brands that we're talking to see a higher value in that advertising dollar because the user already has intent.
Catherine, can you share a little bit more about how you think about geography expansion and your early, it's helpful to hear how you've thought about customers like Red Bull and the like, but to think about how you get the end user so you have enough activity on the platform.
Yeah, so that's why we're partnering with big brands, because we think that by putting, contests and promotions through our platform, that will help draw the users there. We're launching here, and we've already seen downloads in 10 countries, and one of the one that was most surprising was actually the Middle East. We've had a lot of interest from that area of the world.
And any sense as to what's going to encourage an end user or a customer like me to want to create a lot of Lojis?
Well, yeah, so you probably have a favorite coffee shop, right? And if a lot of people like to get involved and be part of something, and if you send that logo a lot and you're constantly dropping that pin, we also on our back end track what changes get made. So we have a team that will also add them for you. So maybe next time you search for that coffee shop, it might just pop up.
And I assume you'll work across all messaging apps, WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, and Snapchat and others, not just within the phone? Correct.
This is definitely the MVP, and we'll be able to build an API that could open it up to any messaging platform. We're super excited that in the last couple of weeks, Facebook has announced that we'll be able to join their messaging platform as well.
Great. And is there anything beyond, closer down the funnel, beyond just sponsorship revenue that you're thinking about in the future in terms of your revenue model, whether it be commerce or other transaction services?
For sure. I think the sky's the limit as far as that goes, and with integrations with other things, whether that would be, tickets to sporting events or, helping make a purchase, or, as I said, those app-to-app integrations. I think, if you start with a logo's profile, you can kind of take it anywhere that brand wants to do it. We think of it as that we've created the first version of the profile, and we're excited to see what they want to do, how they want to customize it, and make it their own.
Thank you.
Can you maybe talk a little bit more about the competitive landscape? And I think there are other startups trying to do like interactive marketing emojis. So can you just talk a little bit about competitors?
Yeah, so we do see some similar competitors in the market, but I think what makes us really different is that we're providing useful information. So for us, that consumer experience and making sure they get the useful and actionable information in an aggregated way that they want is really what makes us different. You know, for the brands, it is that mobile marketing platform, but unless the consumers are having a good experience and getting what they want first, I think it ends up being a place that's a billboard that no one sees.
I have a kind of a follow-up question. I'm less worried about startup competition, and certainly like using the text message interface as a way to consume information and navigate. WeChat has proven that that's really interesting and exciting.
Exactly.
But how do you, if you guys start to get traction here, how do you prevent Apple and Google from just building this right into their mobile operating systems?
Well, isn't imitation the best form of flattery? However, I would say that they would have to, in our case, if you look at all the different platforms we're pulling from, that means Google's going to have to say from Facebook, like, we're pulling your logos, or we're gonna use them, and have to work with those other platforms. And it would be interesting to see one of them make that decision to want to work with one of the other big platforms.
Final question? All right, give it up for Loji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.